Yo, and welcome back to another one of my DVD vlogs. I've been thinking a little bit about just to get more material to review and stuff that I might actually start just going through my DVD collection and Blu-ray and see what. I will only do my more special items like collector's editions and rare, hard to find stuff, which I don't have a lot of, but I do have some. So we'll try to do that. But I got a new batch, or not really a batch for my case, but first of all, I started it a couple of weeks ago, or a couple of months ago, and now Doctor Who, the complete series 7 is now out. So now I'm fully caught up on Doctor Who and all ready for the 23rd and the Day of the Doctor. Yeah. Which I'm truly, truly psyched about, that my first live episode will be the 50th anniversary. A good set, as usual. I've already opened it and watched some of it. I'm on disc 3 at the moment. Nice. You can do the normal thing. Start with a nice cover picture of Sir Matt, which this will be, of course, his last complete series. Turn around, you get, of course, the episode description and the special features. And this time, if you're in the US, not in the US, the UK, you will get the ultraviolet digital copy too, so you can watch it on your iPhone, iPad, or whatever. Me, I'm in Norway, and unfortunately, this code was not redeemable in my region. So I tried to contact them and see if I could, but that was impossible. So yeah, that was too bad. But anybody else in the UK who gets this, you will get basically 2 sets of 1. Special features include 6 prequels, 15 behind the scenes, 4 documentaries, 3 additional scenes, 4 commentaries, and 3 documentaries. Sorry, 15 behind the scenes, exclusive content, script to screen, good as gold, the making of the gunslinger, Pond Life, and Comic Con, and lots more. Video format standard high definition 180. English DTS sound. Subtitles English for the hard hearing. I really wish they would come with just the bare subtitles, so for like my friends who get old because to see some description would be able to watch it. Yeah, but other than that, my biggest gripe with this set would be they canceled Doctor Who Confidential, so there is no disc with Doctor Who Confidential on this. And I guess I can understand why. I heard it was something about they basically haven't gone over everything they could go over. Which, yeah, I get that, but what was cool about the Confidentials, at least on the DVD and Blu-ray boxes, was with the 15-minute cut downs, you will get like a season-long documentary, like 2.5 documentary for each season. And you could still do that without going into like how we make the costumes and stuff that we already know. Like anybody who watches this and goes on YouTube and stuff and look up Matt Smith and Karen Gill and Arthur Darvill, all these people, you know that they had a lot of fun in their free time. That you got a lot of clips of stuff that you could put on this on their downtime. So I really hope when Peter Capaldi takes over that maybe go back to the Doctor Who video diaries. Or just something to see how it is behind the scenes of a Doctor Who shoot. As usual, it slides open, And for the first time, you get the same picture here, and you get some Gallifreyan text on the back, which is probably from one of the episodes that I should know, but I'm still too confused about stuff. I got like 90% of the story now, but like there's still some stuff like, when did that happen? Did that the River Song timeline? When I try to think about it, that hurts my head so much. You open it up, you get this nice booklet, as always. Nice booklet with a picture of Matt on the front, episode description and what's on them, and a cool painting drawing, which I've been on at least the 2 last box sets. On the other side, just more pictures from the season. Lots of stuff. So, and of course, the ultraviolet digital code, which I will not turn around so you can steal mine. That won't happen. Yeah. Open it up. You get the first Christmas special, the Doctor, the Widow, and the Wardrobe, which we all know is a Narnia ripoff. Probably my least favorite of the Christmas specials. Asylum of the Daleks, Dinosaurs on a Spaceship. I love that title. If you've seen the episode, the face that Matt Smith makes when he says it, that's just how I feel about it. The last disc of The Pons with Angels Take Manhattan as the last episode, which I like. This was actually the first full episode of Doctor Who I ever saw. This back all the way back in July of 2013. I caught that on TV. I got interested, and so many months later, and now I own everything of it. Yeah. So, I know this episode's got some imperfections now that I've seen it all in context. I know, like the guy on YouTube who made the scene with the letter to Arthur, not to Arthur, to Rory's father. Like that scene should actually have been in the episode. But on a kid's level, I would probably cry my eyes out at this episode. So, yeah. Keeps on going with the Snowman and Bells of St. John, Rings of Akaten, which is a fucking pretty ass episode. And if Doctor Who was ever gonna do an opera, then this was a good way to do it. I really like that. The girl who sings is like fantastic. Of course, that disc I'm watching right now, and The Crimson Horror, Nightmare in Silver, and The Name of the Doctor, which we all know ends on that perfect last shot of the season, which I won't spoil if you haven't. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Watching it, like all the Blu-ray Doctor Who sets, it looks gorgeous. If you ever thought where was I going with this? Yeah, if you ever thought like season 1 or 2 maybe looked a bit shabby, had like bad costumes and stuff, it still happens here, but now they fucking know how to make it look good. This is what Stephen Moffat and the crew has done with this visually. Is feature film quality basically now. There's not much difference between the action you see in this and medium budgeted movie. Like, I haven't seen a lot of this lately, but like, yeah, I'll say it looks better than Transformers 2. Like, it's way on par with that era, 2009 feature films. So it's really, really good. That's what I want to go. It's not my favorite of the seasons. It has some hits and misses, but overall, it's good. It's good, and it builds up to both Matt's departure and of course the big 50th anniversary, which now we are 16, 17 days away, I think. Let me check. I even downloaded the app to keep count. See, at this time it's 18 hours. I don't even know if you can see that, but 18 days, 3 hours, 12 minutes, and 30 seconds. Boy, I'm looking forward to that so much. Yeah, but I'm trying to keep it quick today. So, next one was every in this age of remakes, every remake should do this. This is the Evil Dead 2 movie collectors set, and I'm not really sure if this is out internationally, if it's just Norway or whatever. But each of these are out individually too. So it's Evil Dead the remake, which I'm quite a fan of. I really liked it. If you ever want to see why practical effects are better than CGI effects, then this is a good fucking movie to check out. There's so little CGI in this. There was a lot of scenes that I thought was CGI, and then I watched like the commentary and the behind the scenes, and a lot of that stuff was actually practical. So it's just the way it's cut and the way my eyes are trained to see things now. I expect it to be CGI. This is throwing buckets at walls, throwing arms at walls, blowing stuff up, burying people in the ground. Hardcore movie going. I like the story. I like the way they twisted it from the original. And I'm a fan of the original. I like 2 and 3. I'm not quite sure if I'm an Army of Darkness or Evil Dead 2. Those are kind of, yeah. And even the first is starting to creep up on those two because they're all so different. And I actually kind of suspect, spoiler, if you don't want to know this, fast forward 15 seconds. This could be Evil Dead 4 in disguise, for all we know. Which we have been waiting a while for. It's a good movie. The effects are good. It loosely connects to the other movies, and in a way that they can connect it more if they choose to continue with this way. But the reason I wanted to review this set is because the original The Evil Dead is part of the same price. This was next to the 1-disc version in the store I bought it in, and it was the same price. Like, for every remake you make, you should fucking put the original in the box with it. That's just common. That's just courtesy. It's a great. Both of these Blu-rays are actually pretty great when it comes to extra material. You got on the remake. You got instead of going into what all this stuffs are called, a documentary on the exhausting creation of the film, where you really get to feel what these people went through. Directing the Dead, which is Fede Alvarez, kind of his story. Being Mia, more about Mia. You got the cast and filmmaker commentary, which was really interesting and had a lot of good tidbits of like what was CG and what was not, which was basically nothing. Unleashing the Evil Force, that has with the book, and Evil Dead the Reboot, which you get Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi and these guys to talk about why they wanted to do the remake, or why they at least allowed it to happen. Which now I say, thank God it did. We got more Dead. It's awesome. Now, the Blu-ray of the Evil Dead is, I'm not quite sure if it was the 30 or 35th edition or whatever that was released on Blu-ray. You can see the picture of the original Blu-ray right here. This has been released single, and this is just from all I can see, and I own one. Yeah. I own Evil Dead from before this DVD version of it, which had 2 or 3 commentary tracks and a lot of good stuff. Uh, had Discovering Evil Dead, the documentary, and yeah. And this looks good. This looks fucking theater. After what I understand, this is the closest thing you'll get to watch the theater version of the movie. This is the same ratio aspect. This is the print they basically use to show the movie in the movies. It's not overly pretty like a lot of Blu-ray movies are. It's not cleaned up too much, but it's big, it's bright, it's stable, and it looks good. Pure example for the fans: the scene with the moon. On It's in the beginning of the movie, establishing shots of the cabin and the moon. On this version, you can really see the box in which they shot the moon and put it into the movie. On this, it's actually quite well hidden. I try to look for the lines. I watched it twice now with 2 different commentary tracks, and I couldn't spot the edges. And that's new to me, because I can really spot the edges on this one. You see the fucking purple ass box with the moon inside. This was able to hide it, which I really did not think they would be able to. They got the all new commentary with, of course, Sam Raimi, Bruce Campbell, and Rob Tappert. Which, if you own any other version of Evil Dead, you got a commentary from them. But this is new for the Blu-ray. The Untold Saga of the Evil Dead, which was a really good documentary with, for some reason, Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi was not in it, but everyone else who has something to do with this movie was really, really helpful. A lot of stories, a lot of... you feel sorry for these girls when you watch it later. Treasures of the Cutting Room Floor, some bloopers and stuff, and the same that was on this one, Discovering Evil Dead. That documentary is also on this one. Yeah, you got lots of subtitles. I guess depending on which country you buy it in, you will get it in different. Yeah, and except for that, it's just a blast of a movie, and both of these are worth the price. If you didn't, in Norway, this wasn't even released in theaters, so we had to wait for the DVD and Blu-ray. And please, 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 if you are a fan, buy this. Buy as many as you can. If you can buy 4 and give them to your friends or whatever, do it, because we need Evil Dead 2 to happen, and Army of Darkness 2, motherfuckers. Army of Darkness 2 is on the way because of the success of this movie. This movie's success is because of this movie's success, but because of this doing well and because of people like me and everybody else who's actually buying it and watching it in the theaters, they're going along not only with Evil Dead 2, but Army of Darkness 2. And that, like, if that jumps into that 2015, 2016 slot, then those 2 years are going to be like nostalgia ween for me. Like, it's going to be, Evil Dead stuff, Jurassic Park stuff, Star Wars stuff, Star Trek stuff, what else? I'm missing stuff. Bill and Ted is probably out by then. Beverly Hills Cop, I hear, is on the way. It's just all these franchises that I love, and unlike the remakes that have been done over this past few years, or the past decade, it seems like, I would say Marvel is probably the first one to do it, even though they don't always do it perfectly, but they really start to respect the source material. It's not like I love the Batman movies. I love. Yeah, I can use the Batman movies. I love the Batman movies. But one thing that always annoyed me was that they had to make their own Batman movie instead of just adapting a story, which they're now doing with the DC animated universe. Um, like in 1989, what couldn't you just take The Dark Knight Returns and make it into a movie? Uh, why does all the bats and the continuity has to be either do it for real like Marvel do and keep the continuity like this is all happening like this. We can do stories like whatever, but the time is still moving this way. Yeah. But if you don't do that, like you did with Batman, which was basically 4 independent sequels that just got greenlit. The first one was released. Why didn't you just do Batman, The Dark Knight Returns, Batman, The Killing Joke, Batman, Under the Red Hood, and you could top it off with come on, Death in the Family, stuff like that. Why not make these movies instead of just making a Batman story with varying the results and like an origin story every 2 movies? And that's I don't want to go on a rant on this, but like origin stories, at least for the big. Is that the big 3? Yeah, I think it is. I even think we can say 4. There's more, but okay. For Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, the Hulk, Wolverine. Yeah. I think at least those you can probably never do an origin story again and it won't hurt the characters a bit. Everyone knows at least Superman, Batman, and Spider-Man's origin. Most likely the Hulk's too. And Wolverine, it doesn't really matter. He's kind of the good guy version of the Joker. You don't need his origin story. He is just a badass, and that's good. Yeah, I was not supposed to ramble too much about this. I did the 2 movies. I'm trying to get more done. I got some ideas floating around. My computer is still too fucked up to really do some editing on it, so I just gotta keep doing this vlog style. And sorry for the lights and whatever. I got one headlight and it's pretty dark outside, so not much help there. Yeah, if you see this video and you like it, you're welcome to come with ideas for stuff I can review. I got tons and tons and tons of DVDs that I'm probably gonna go through, but these have all been out for quite a while, so I don't know if that's really useful or not. So yeah, that was at least the new stuff, and I'll probably see you again in not too long. Okay, peace.